Yo, man, it's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the Social Norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge? Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean canteen and beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information, from relations to dating to when your leader gets impatient. They're lacing the nation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30. The Social Norm Podcast, you heard me?
It's the Social Norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the Social Norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the Social Norm.
And I'm
Yep. Yo. You already know what it is, man. We back it again with another one. I'm your boy Canteen. This my man Beans.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, it's a Social Norm. We're going ahead and talk to y'all, man. Today's episode 145 is called Life is Too Short to Be Scared. And we want to go ahead and jump right into the video. Last Monday, the Buffalo Bills played the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes, they did.
And we all saw something that we never seen in pretty much history of football, where Jamar Hamlin, defensive back number 3, he made a tackle. It was a rough tackle, but it looked like a normal tackle, something that we all seen before. But what happened next was crazy to me. He stood up and dropped to just pretty much went lifeless. We're gonna show y'all the video right now, and then we're gonna talk about it. Let's go. All right.
The one who was in on that stop on T. Higgins. And then he got up and just went right back down to the ground.
As y'all can see, boom, look like a regular tackle. And down he goes.
That's not what any of us want to see, and everybody's around him, and let's hope that he's going to be okay.
So we'll take another break.
All right. So that's the hit. He ended up getting CPR on the field for about, I want to say about 10, 15 minutes where he was lifeless. Everybody was crazy. Everybody didn't know what to do. Everybody was in awe. Everybody was in tears. And the only thing that I saw most people could do was pray.
That's it.
Pray for this man's recovery. Now, his mother was in the actual building watching her son play to witness this. I thought that was the most crazy thing. I said, man, this got to be the worst thing any parent can go through, is seeing their kid live out their dream and get hit with something so heavy that they're lifeless. He got rushed to the hospital, and then from there, the game just everybody just stood around, just waited, because they didn't know what they were going to do. Like, are we going to continue the game? Are we not going to continue the game? I was at the bar. I posted online. I was like, look, this just happened. I don't think they're going to continue the game. Now, of course, I'm hearing people in the background like, well, we need this game. And I was like,
the man.
We got a man's life
right
now. The game don't even matter no more. What matters is this dude gonna live? Because in my mind, we just witnessed a death. That's how I felt right then.
It's crazy because I don't watch football that often anymore, and I just happened to turn it on, like right before that happened.
Really?
Yes, it was weird. I was just like, oh yeah, I think they playing tonight, and I just happened.
Oh God! That's pretty much happened.
That's basically what happened. I was like, what the?
Because it put everything in perspective for me. It made me be like, you know what? you hear all these guys who are just normal fans who complain about players, saying the NFL's fake, saying that they're overpaid prima donnas, saying all these different things. But you just witnessed, as I did, these men put their lives on the line to entertain us. Yes, do they get paid handsomely? Yes, they do, as they should. Because if you got to risk yourself of injuries, getting shot up with drugs, possibly brain damage for lasting effect in your life, and then even this, I feel like you should be getting paid more than what you already getting paid. And the fact that you've trained your body to an ability that no one else has. You're at the highest level. Now, I will say this. Once they finally went inside and sat in the locker rooms, because they saw all the players were just crying, and they said, you know what, we don't want to objectify them to this, where the fans and the media are all in their face while they showing real emotions, because these people are human.
Yeah, that's true.
Then, so they went inside, came back out. I'm like, man, I was praying. I said, please do not play this game. This is not worth it. The money that they're going to get is not worth what the message they're going to send.
Yes.
Which would have been, we don't care about life more than we care about this money.
Yeah, it's like, he doesn't matter.
Exactly. And I think even if they would have, I don't think the players would have shown a good product. They would have been like, look, I'm not trying to hit. I wouldn't have been one to play.
Yeah, because you literally just witnessed your friend, not just your teammate, but your friend.
Yes. Your brother in arms, the ones you ride and die with. That'd be like if we were working together and you just witnessed one of our coworkers just fall out. And they get CPR. What do you expect me to just?
And they don't know if he died or not. In their mind, it's worst case scenario because they're just right in front of them.
Now, I say this to say this. This episode really, when I said life is too short to be scared, this man was living his dream. He's 24 years old, doing what he loved to do, and it caused him to get hurt. A lot of people, a lot of mothers after seeing this pretty much said, you're not playing football. You're not doing this, because they saw somebody get hurt from it. But the thing that I want everybody to understand is right now, as it stands, Jamar Hamlin is up and talking and writing and speaking to his family and speaking to doctors and conscious, breathing on his own. You know why that is? Because at first he was non-responsive and he couldn't even speak. He couldn't even hold his own breath. They had to have a ventilator on him to breathe for him. This man was loved by everybody. The whole United States came together with prayer, with energy. See, people don't understand. They all say, people think prayer is fake. Prayer, all that is thought process. That's thought processing. That's your energy thinking about something over and over and putting emotion behind it. If you think about something hard enough and you put emotion behind it, action is going to happen in the universe. If everybody thought about something and put emotion about it, action is going to happen. That's when I seen everybody coming together and praying and getting his jersey and paying for putting money. He has a toy drive. The toy drive went from like a couple $100,000 to like $6 million.
Ooh-wee.
Just off of his, just trying to support him. And I'm telling you, this is what I want y'all to understand. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, it took sports to get us. The media always tries to put white and black against each other, right? But at that moment, you saw white men, black men, all different color and races of men crying over one of their brothers in arms that they go to battlefield with, and everybody joined up, the fans and all. So I want y'all to understand, take this same feeling and understand in life. Let's stop going against this white and black thing. Let's go against, like, this is a people thing. We all need to be in this together and pray for each other and do right by each other.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But and honestly, us being from this area, it hit even harder because the New Year just happened. You know, when the New Year happens, you thinking, okay, all the good stuff's supposed to happen. You ain't think you about to get hit with a big old
a tragedy.
Not even tragedy.
Well,
I would say a bump in the road.
there you go. There
Now,
you go.
I've already seen announcements that they're trying to say, well, he's going to have to retire.
Just like that.
Why would he need? This is my thing. See, this is what people don't understand. This is why I say your vision has to be your vision, not nobody else's. This man, I guarantee you, before he even got to the NFL, people probably counted him out to go to the NFL. Now he's in the NFL. Situation happens, a bump in the road. Let's see where this goes. Let's not just count this man out and say he has to retire because of this situation.
Exactly.
Because
it just happened. Let him recover.
Let
first.
him recover. Let's see how he recovers. People don't. That's what I'm saying. The power of prayer is real. The fact that we all kind of, I ain't gonna say we willed him to come back, but damn it, we did. We all willed him to come back because that's what needed to happen. And I guarantee you, the NFL didn't want him to. Oh God, if he'd have lost his life, that'd have been a huge PR scandal.
Oh,
That'd have been like life. Matter of fact, even after this, they should have lifetime insurance. The fact that the NFL doesn't is crazy to me. I don't understand how people who put their lives on the line, and this is just more with me because I actually have a family member who did play in the NFL, and I'm like, I don't see why the NFL doesn't do lifetime life insurance.
or
medical insurance.
Somebody's gonna bring that up somewhere down the line.
They need to, but
you know what I mean,
we're praying for this man. We want him to come back, be healthy, have a good, healthy life, and bring us back a championship, man.
Yeah.
Now Buffalo, at this point, Buffalo gotta win the whole thing.
That's it.
They gotta win the whole thing just off of this storyline. If they don't make it, I'll be shocked.
That's
This
it.
is, what this remind me of? 2007, New Orleans
With the Saints.
Katrina. This is what this is. This is our Katrina.
Isn't that the year what? Drew Brees?
Drew Brees,
Yeah.
Reggie Bush,
Yep.
I think it was Deuce McAllister, whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Rallied together. The city rallied together. The state rallied together. The United States rallied together for the Saints because we all wanted them to win it.
Uh-huh.
And now it's Buffalo's turn, y'all. So woo, let's get it.
Yeah, even Drew Brees said it when he saw the city. He said he had to.
This for the city.
This for the city, yeah.
Exactly. My one friend that we work with wanted me to do this. Shout out to him, Thomas. I sent the link. Oh, let me go ahead and put the link in there. If y'all want to go ahead, you know what? I jumped in so quick, it don't even matter. Hey, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We appreciate everybody who's subscribing. You see, we over 300 subscribers. Let's man. Come on, y'all. I need y'all. I told you 1,000 by April, 1,000 subscribers by April. So we need at least, I'm gonna say this month we got to get to 400. 400, y'all. We can do it.
Yeah. We do about 100 a month. We want more than that.
We want more, but we hitting for 1,000 and 10,000 for the year. Because I know y'all rock with us. We rock with y'all. If y'all want to donate to the channel, you know what it is, man. The Cash App right there. He like the Lunchables. Get him that, man. And if you want to call the number, you know the number, 716-218-9317. That's 716-218-9317. If you want to call into the show, give us your opinion about anything we talking about at the moment or anything you just want to talk about.
Exactly. Speak your piece.
Facts. All right. Let's go ahead and get into some videos. Anything else should we talk about with Life is Too Short? Be scared?
No, that hit it on. It's Damar Hamlin. That's his name.
Yeah, Jamar Hamlin. I think it's Jamar Hamlin.
I thought it was Damar.
It might be Damar. Let me look.
No, that pretty much hit it on the head. That is the physical representation of Life is Too Short.
Like, yeah, Damar Hamlin.
Okay.
You're right, Damar Hamlin.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, if you think your life, you don't know how much time is left in your lifespan. I might be gone tomorrow, honestly.
Yeah.
Or I might have another 80 years on this earth. I don't know.
We don't know. And he was doing what he loved.
So imagine you dying today and you're not even doing what you love to do. You got to start. I ain't saying you got to jump all the way out there, but you got to start doing something.
Yeah.
A step in the right direction to say, you know what? I'm moving towards doing what I want to do and what I love to do. Otherwise, what's the point of even living? For real. All right, let's get in some videos and cheer this goddamn episode up, man. Let's see what I want to talk about. Let's see. Okay, this is gonna be one controversial.
Okay, here we
because
go.
you know I like a little controversy. And honestly, she said something that I've been thinking.
All right,
This is gonna be a side. This ain't even gonna be what we were just talking about.
all right. I haven't seen this yet, so we Where-
Look,
oh,
hold up. Pause this. I don't know why that plays. All right.
okay.
I don't think they could hear. They couldn't hear it anyway. All right, y'all. This is a video right here. Just watch it. All right.
An unpopular question. People are going to get mad at me for this. I just have a legit curious question. But how come, say we have Joe and John, okay? If Joe thinks he's Jason, Jimmy, and Carson, he's schizophrenic and he has a mental disorder.
Mm-hmm.
But if John thinks he's Jessica, he's completely normal. He doesn't have a mental disorder. How is one considered schizophrenic and a mental disorder, and the other is not considered a mental disorder? What, because he thinks he's 3 different people or 3 different personalities, and this person only thinks they're one other person? Or hold on, sorry, a whole different gender? And they change their body accordingly? I just don't understand how one is a mental disorder and the other is not. I don't get it.
Great question.
I have
Okay.
I mean,
I've been thinking this for a while.
well, they do
Explain it.
They do call it. Some people do call it gender identification disorder. There's
Do
a
the
name.
masses?
Now that's the thing. I don't know if the masses do, but I have heard it in that term. Even in our job, they call it GID.
So it is a disorder.
So they do call it a disorder,
but we have to
but
feed into your
But
disorder.
society says no, it's okay. They're fine.
So wait a minute. Let me get this right. It can be a disorder. We've identified it as a disorder in the workplace. But if
Yes.
somebody says they're this, you have to call them that, or you can be reprimanded.
Yes. It's a lot of contradictions. Like even in our training, they tell you when someone in mental health is having an episode, they tell you not to feed into it. Don't play into the fantasy. But if someone on our job wants as identifies as a woman or a unicorn, we have to call them that.
Okay, let me say this. We have a dude at the jail
Mhm.
who he has episodes of him fighting with his former girlfriend that he murdered.
Yes, I know you're talking about.
Okay, he's blind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if he's deaf, but he's definitely blind. And he has these episodes and dreams that he's dealing with his woman and he's having an episode. He does that.
Yes.
And I've seen people play into what's happening when he's talking to her. To be like, what'd she say to you? Tell her ass to sit down then and take so you can take these meds.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part. I've seen people play into it and it worked. It de-escalated them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just like, well, maybe it varies from person to person. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I just want the world to come back to reality. That's all I want. And it's okay to accept you if something is not correct in the societies. We get you feel this way.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You should feel the way you feel in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just the fact that we have to be forced to live in your reality. I don't agree with.
That's the thing. And I think she does pose an interesting question. I mean, it would change a lot of things. I mean, if we have to consider someone who's schizophrenic, normal,
Mm-hmm.
whoever they identify as that day. then that's who they are.
That's too confusing for me. You one day Frank, and then the next day you Steven, and then the next day you Jamal.
But that's the thing.
fuck?
That's the thing. Once you start doing stuff like that, you start opening the floodgates.
That's what I'm saying. Then it's like, who's telling the truth and who's bullshitting?
That wasn't me. That was Frank who killed that lady. Well, you are Frank. I'm not Frank. I'm John.
Well, tell Frank. Well, when you gonna see Frank?
Oh, I don't know. He usually shows up around 8. Well,
okay.
I'll be back at 8.
Well, how about this? Come on, stay with me, and then when 8 o'clock come, we gonna walk. Me and you gonna walk Frank into this cell, into this courtroom. All right.
You know,
that just to me, it's just like
it opens the floodgates. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Next. All right.
No, what is this now? This was.
Allow him to know about my son.
I'm gonna do it. Wait a minute.
Bullets is flying everywhere. Glass is everywhere. And so I say to him, come back in here. You get in the mom mode. I need you to come back in here. Bullets don't have any name. We're going to all live today. We are not going to die. I'm telling him about my story. I'm allowing him to know about my son who is multiple disabled. And even with my ex-husband leaving me, there's still a God that sit high and look low. And that he cares for all of us.
Okay. We all know this boy had a struggle life.
Okay. So is this, I hate to judge by just looking at him, but is he mentally what? Disabled? Is this why she's pulling him back?
Or mentally unstable? Because this nigga is a shooter.
Oh, he's the shooter.
Nigga, you don't see this says bookkeeper stops school shooting?
Okay, I'm just listening to the story. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to do 2 things at once. Listen and read.
Go ahead.
Hurting just like he was. He actually just goes and lay down on the floor. He puts his bullets, the gun, and everything right there on the counter beside me. I told him that I was willing to go outside with him. I was willing to go out there so that they wouldn't shoot him. Because at the end of the day, I wanted him to be okay too. I know that if I would have ran, everybody in the school would have been dead. It was more important for me that day to stay there and allow God to be able to work out everything for us all.
Now, the reason I showed y'all that video,
wow,
that's more of what I said when it came to DeMar Hamlin. The power of prayer and belief. You can damn near do anything. You really can. And the fact that this woman took the time out and she was right with her Lord enough to say, I'm going to go ahead and talk to this kid because nobody else. See, for a kid to get to this point, no one's actually talked to him. No one's actually talked to him and listened to what he's saying. They just doing whatever. They talking at him. She talked to him, and somehow her spirit got to this man and said, you know what? Or to this boy, I'm gonna put this down.
This ain't right.
Before I do anything more than what I already did. I don't know if he killed anybody. I'm hoping I don't think he did. And I don't know.
It doesn't sound like he did.
I mean, so that means he's probably gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
But he probably gonna go to more counseling in jail because that's what seemed what they need.
He did it for, hopefully he didn't take any lives.
And hopefully we can go ahead and get a GoFundMe page so he can get plastic surgery because that face is looking fucked up. That motherfucker look like a damn caveman before caveman.
Dude, that's probably why he was about to shoot up the school, man.
Nigga, okay. I'd shoot up the school if my goddamn face looked like that too. Do you see that overbite of his forehead? All right, I digress. All right, on to the next thing.
I can't deal with you.
Let's see.
I commend that lady though.
Yes, she's a hero.
Because I would have put the gun down. I would
have grabbed that gun and been like, "Get your ass on the ground, you freaking psycho, caveman looking ass."
I might have walked him out and then be like, "Here you go, right here," and pushed him away from me.
Shoot him. Look, he fall down and look you in the eyes.
I'm close.
You said you cared. Oh, God.
I'm sorry. We should not be joking about this.
Before we get demonetized. No, do not do that. Don't do that.
That's wrong.
Okay. Next thing. Like I said, if y'all want to call the number, y'all see the number down there. Okay. Let's go to this is the one you wanted to do.
Yes.
All right, hold on, pause
I'm surprised you
it.
didn't talk about this already.
Because I had a lot to talk about the last few days. Oh, I saw a video of, like I said, we had that blizzard in Buffalo. I seen a video of a woman who died. She made a video like trying to talk to her family and everything, and eventually she ended up dying in the blizzard in her car. They found her frozen.
I think it was like 30 people died.
Yes, crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy weekend.
I was in the house warm.
I was at work.
All right, let's get it. It says Gabrielle Union says she felt entitled to cheat on her first husband because she paid all the bills. Let's hear this. Oh, cut the volume up. Let's get it.
And okay. I just felt entitled to it as well. I was paying all the bills. I was working my off, and I felt that that's what comes, the spoils of riches. Yeah. And like my dad before me, whoever has the most gets to do whatever the hell they want, is what I thought.
Yes.
And it was just dysfunctional from day one.
Yeah.
Wow. The fact that she even spoke, the fact that she even spoke that out loud, being a married woman. See, this is why I don't fuck with the Wades at all. The fact that she's a married woman saying that lets her, you know what type of character she had. She had no respect for her husband going into the situation because she paid the bills, or at least she paid whatever bills that she felt she could pay because she was the breadwinner.
It's crazy because the more the ex-wife keeps Dwayne Wade's ex-wife keeps talking about Gabrielle Union, the more I'm starting to believe her. Like
you, at first you thought she was just a bitter ass.
I'm like
ex,
but after a while I'm like, this chick. I think she's starting to. I think she's telling the truth.
This Gabrielle Union, you need to stop talking. The more you talk, the more people be like, "You the devil incarnate." That what you is, because you already made his little boy a little girl. You have just a certain way about her that I'm just like Illuminati-ish. Am I you getting that?
Something definitely wrong.
y'all part of some weird stuff over there at the Wade house.
Right.
I ain't going over there to stay the weekend. Let's just say that.
But I always heard these arguments on the other podcasts that like the 1% men, the high value men. They have multiple women, and women always argued against that. But so now you have a woman who pays all the bills, and she doesn't.
No, but she also, you gotta realize, Gabrielle Union once said, "I want my ass eaten," and it don't have what she said something like, and he don't got no say in it. My ass will be getting eaten.
Damn.
And I was like, yo, can you keep anything in house? The sanctity of a marriage in our family and what we do in the bed, you don't gotta tell people that I got, like, even if I was doing that, you ain't gotta say, he ain't no way I'm getting with a man if he ain't eating my ass.
Just imagine, like, let's say D Wade out here, like, let's say he had a party and he
fuck that. Let's say he had his Thanksgiving dinner with his mama, and that come on the screen. She gonna look at him like, so this how I raised you? Come on, man. You ain't supposed to be doing stuff like that.
I'll be mad about it. Like, yo, you really had to say that out loud?
But then that's probably why they most successful, because the Illuminati people who be doing this nonsense, who be acting a fool and be making us like we supposed to follow them for the black community. I ain't following that shit. No. And you could tell who run the household.
She definitely do.
And I heard rumors about D Wade. I think he go. I hate to say this. This might sound a little homo. I think it's his lips. It's his lips that make me feel like he gay, dude. He did some gay shit somewhere. I don't know why. You get that?
No, I didn't. I don't get that. Like his not his lips. I don't think. No,
dude, his lips is weird. They just look like, I don't know. Okay,
I guess Dad, you do.
You don't act like you ain't seen how his lips look, dude. They different. They not.
Well, I never thought for a second that's that makes him gay though. Like, come on now.
I ain't saying it make him, but no, all the other stuff, the family, her, I just feel like they into some weird shit. And I'm telling you, for a man to be with a woman who's weird as hell, he got to be weird. That's just how that works.
Yeah. I mean,
you attract what you are.
Yeah.
So when I say he looked like he did some shit, it looked like he did some shit.
Oh, poor D-Wade.
Poor the ancestors of D-Wade. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
All right, what's this next video you sent me? Oh, I got okay. Hold on. Now this right here just don't make no damn sense. All right, let's get into it, y'all. No justice for black men in America, and the main culprit is the government and black women. Let's get it. I love y'all. It says father sent to prison for overpaying child support and over visiting his son. You can't make this shit up.
Father is facing 180 days in jail for overpaying his child support and over visiting his 11-year-old son. His attorney and a community activist are now demanding answers.
It's my responsibility to take care of it. You know, I brought him in this world. I have to.
Clifford Hall says he's more than happy to pay child support for his 11-year-old son.
I'm his father. You know, it's my responsibility to take care of it.
But Hall says when the amount of child support was modified, no one told him.
And I discovered that for some reason, his employer was withholding a large amount some weeks, a small amount some weeks, zero amount some weeks.
And I didn't want to go to jail, basically.
So Hall quickly paid almost $3,000 in back child support. When Hall and his ex-wife were in Judge Lisa Millard's court last November, he owed nothing.
Opposing counsel testified twice that he's all paid up.
But the attorney representing the child's mother wanted Hall to pay her $3,000 in attorney fees, and Judge Millard agreed. Court documents also reveal Hall wasn't following the court's scheduled times to pick up his son, another modification he says he knew nothing about.
The judge ended up sentencing him to 6 months in jail.
When she said, I remand you to the Harris County Jail for 180 days, my mouth just dropped. I can't be there for my son in jail. I can't pay child support in jail. You know, this is not in the best interest of the child.
Judge Millard also points out Hall's attorney could have filed a motion for reconsideration. She says that would have allowed her to hear both sides again and reevaluate the situation.
So after doing further research, Clifford Hall actually ended up getting released from jail after serving 14 days, thankfully to his strong legal team that he had hired to defend him. But here's what ended up happening overall. So not only did this innocent man spend 2 weeks of his life in jail, he lost his job. His employer even admitted that it was a clerical error on their part, and now he's $10,000 in debt, including having to also pay for his ex-wife's attorney fees, which she's the one that actually brought him to court in the first place. And as soon as he got out, he owed another $1,000 for child support. Where is the justice for these fathers?
Okay. So, but y'all continue to say why men in America, black men, aren't marrying. This is why. There's no justice for us. If we do not do exactly as women tell us and follow the stupidity of some, not all women have bad judgment, but a lot of them do. If we don't follow them to a T because they have the power, guess what happens? They get put in jail for going to get his son. Not that he wasn't going to get his son, that the fact he was going to get his son, and they changed how he can go, the times he could go see him. And he didn't follow those, but he was going to see his son. And the fact that this woman, and I hate that they didn't show her face because they need to smear her all over the damn screen to let know this type of mother, this is what some mothers do when they're hurt. In the Bible, what does it say? Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. When a woman is mad at you, she doesn't care about the children. She doesn't care about the other, the family. She cares about her emotions and getting revenge. This is how society from the beginning of time has been. All right. And the fact is, this man was treated wrong. The woman who was the judge says, "Oh, well, if you could have appealed it and I could have looked at it again. Why would he need to look at it again when your dumbass chose the wrong thing in the first place?"
It's two things. It's two things about this. Number one, I would went after my employer because he the one who did all that clerical error. That's what he say. And number two, when he went to go visit his kids more than he ought to, the baby mama let him do it.
Of course, you know why?
Just said
no. She set that up, so she could go take him to court. Once the money wasn't right, she took him to court.
Yeah.
Even though, and I'm pretty sure this man went to her and told her, "Look, my job messed up. Nah, you trying to keep my money from me." Like he's not there for his child. This is why I say any woman who really puts their father or baby father on child support really hates him and the child. Because think about it, ladies. If he was a man who really wanted to support his kid, don't you think giving him the best opportunity to get ahead in life also helps your child? Because let's be realistic. Most women do not make the best financial choices when it comes to with money. They're the number one spenders in the United States. They're the number one wasters in the United States. They know it's like society. The government knows women waste money. They do not use money in a more logical way. So if you can waste a man's money, that keeps y'all both down. But if you leave the man alone and let him go hustle and do what he got to do to build a career for himself, build an establishment, he can provide for that kid. The problem is he's going to provide for that kid and you want him to provide for you, but y'all not together anymore. Because you couldn't be submissive and listen to that man and be his helper. I talked to the OG yesterday, and he said, "This is him." Now he got an old school wife. He got him and he old school, she old school. He's like, she don't pay for nothing. I pay for everything, and if I tell her, we moving. She said, "Okay, we moving."
Okay.
That's what he says. I don't, I'm like, that's hard for me to understand because I deal with the modern women now. So if I tell her, "Hey, you jump and you better there," I don't know if that happens with me. But I'm saying
that is definitely an old school thing. My parents are just about the same way. My father will make a move. He'll say, "We're gonna do this." My mother may say, she may be like, "Okay, well, are you sure this is what you want to do?" He'd be like, "Yeah, this is going right. I know I'm trying to." He'll say whatever, and then she'd be like, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do."
And then she let it be what it's gonna be, right?
She let it be what it's gonna be. It's that generation, though.
But this is where I say the dysfunction of the black community. It starts with, do you love your spouse? Like I think a lot of us just got away from the Lord. I got away from the Bible. The Bible literally says, "Love your wife." Right? Cherish your wife. Love your wife like you love yourself. To love your wife is to cherish yourself. If you don't love your wife and you don't treat her the same way you would treat yourself, then you're actually not loving yourself.
That's true.
Okay. And in the same form, it says women submit to your husbands. The reason they say submit to your husband is because of God and the Bible understood that women nature is to be they don't like to listen. They understand that. They don't like to listen, and that they understand the choices women make. They make them off of emotions. And when you make things off of emotions, you always end up wrong a lot of the times.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna give you an example. The other day, I did an episode by myself, and I was emotional because of something happened with me and this female.
Okay.
All right. I should have been more logical and asked what she meant by what she said to get more clarity before I acted the way I acted on something. And I owned that. And I said, you know what? I was wrong for doing that. Now, was I wrong for how I felt? No. I wasn't wrong for how I felt because how I received it is how I received it. But I should have, before I reacted of how I felt, I should have asked more questions to get understanding, just to get clarity, to make sure what I'm hearing is what I'm hearing. And this is what a lot of women don't do. So when they get mad and frustrated and they use their emotions, they're not going to make good choices. And I think the Lord and God knew that, because that's how he made us. So that's why he says submit to your husband. And not for nothing, a man, if he's giving his all to you, the least you could do is submit to him.
True.
That's it.
And we are supposed to be the leaders, of course.
But for some reason, there's women out here who feel like they should be the leaders. But if you should be the leader, think about it, ladies. Y'all have been the leaders in our community. Y'all are the ones who's raising these kids by yourselves. And look how they turning out.
I can't disagree with you on that.
Look, I'm telling you this because I got it close to home, man. I got it real close to home, where a single mother is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you right now, I'm seeing some things that I'm worried about with kids that have single mothers, because they don't know how to express themselves all the time emotionally. Well, they're not. It's bigger than that. I'm not gonna get too far into it.
Okay.
But we gotta do better, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. We gotta do better. If you knew better, we do better. But all you gotta do is hit that like button, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend, so we can go ahead and get this to this 400, man, because we get into 1,000 by April. You heard me. All right. Let's get to the next video. Oh, do you want to tell us about your little trippy trip?
I'll say that for next time.
Save it for next time?
Yeah.
All right. Now we're gonna watch a video of his favorite ass. Now, this is divorce court judge Lynn Toller. You know, her husband just passed away.
Yeah.
If you're looking for somebody, man,
it's gonna,
because I always loved her lips.
It's gonna be all right.
And don't try to compare. I already know y'all gonna do it in the comment section. Don't try to compare what's up with Canteen liking lips. He says, I said his lips is weird. Don't try to put me in there. I like his lips. Shit. But I know y'all do that in the comment section.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. In my head, I was like,
this nigga talking about lips again. That's what you did. I know you was gonna do that bullshit. All right. It says wife says her husband has to pay her for. All right.
I thought you would like
this nigga. You about to get me okay? Let's watch the video, y'all.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here in divorce court today?
My big issue, Your Honor, was our sex life. Our sex life was horrible.
We jumped right into it, didn't we?
Okay.
Bitch, we on national television.
Just embarrassing.
You didn't have to say those words. You could have said it's been stale. We need some work to do. We need to create a little bit more flair.
Something.
You said this shit was horrible.
Spice it up a little.
That means, you know what horrible means?
Trash. Like it was garbage.
It means you was worried about it the whole day. Like imagine you having to fight somebody and you know you getting your ass whooped. That's what that sound like. Horrible.
Okay, it got so bad to the point last year, Your Honor.
Look at this nigga face though. Nigga mad as hell. Like this.
Yeah. I'll be mad.
Because look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't gonna sit there in front with you. You come out the gate saying that shit, you gonna get me real defensive, and I'm gonna start saying some real shit about your ass. Because I can rip with the best of them.
That I started making him pay for sex. In order for him,
the man?
Yes, in order for him to have sex with me, Your Honor, he had to pay.
This is a 10-year marriage. I'm gonna pull back for a second because I need y'all to see this. Let me pull my face. I need y'all to see me. A 10-year marriage, and she's talking about because the sex was horrible. Now, mind you, for you to go a decade with somebody,
exactly,
the sex couldn't have always been horrible.
Exactly.
You ever think, ladies, that maybe it's horrible because something going on with him, Or do you ever think maybe it's horrible because you're not treating him the way he feel to where he want to be invested into this situation? Like he just like, look,
Or it could just be her.
it could be you.
He could just be he just
Maybe he ain't turned on you with you no more.
Yeah, he
Because the way you act, the attitude you is, how can any man be turned? See, that's the thing that kills me. A lot of women don't understand how they come off. It comes off so like it just shrivels up and goes inside of how we feel when we hear y'all talk like this. You're like, you ain't turning me on at all.
Yeah,
You know, you had it where girls be like, he ain't turning me on. Motherfucker, you ain't turning me on the way you talk. You talk like a nigga. All right. Back to scheduled programming.
Me $200, $300, $400, whatever he had in his pocket, I wanted it because of the way he behaved. If he can go out and cheat on me, Your Honor, he can pay me for sex.
Not that I know what the going rate for that kind of thing is. But he paid $300 or $400?
Yeah, and recently, Your Honor, he claimed pick 3, pick 4, whatever it was, and called me and told me about it, told me he wanted to take me out to dinner, and then he would pay me $1,000 to have sex with him. I declined because if you wanted to give me $1,000, you would call me and say, come over here, I got something for you, and give me the $1,000. Let it be my choice if I want to have sex with you, which wouldn't happen no way.
Mr. Dancy, were you at the end of the relationship where you start?
Okay. Before we go further, I just wanted them to understand something. This nigga married to her. And they talking about she's declining $1,000. Do you understand the blow up of a head that we have that man has created on this woman? She actually believes she's worth more than $1,000.
He should have never paid her in the first place.
That's what a trick does. You lost all respect from this woman. First off, I ain't paying for shit. And you my wife. I'm already paying for it because I gotta hear your mouth. Okay? If you don't get in that goddamn bed and pull them drawers down, that's what it's gonna be. Because that right there is crazy to me. And then, like, he's blowing her head up to where she's like, he should have just gave me the $1,000 and let me decide. And I would have said no anyway because he trash. Just violent with her voice. All right.
There's got to be more than this.
Well, she said he cheated on her.
Okay, yeah, that's what that is.
Have to pay for it?
Your Honor, first of all, when I met Tracy, well, I ain't gonna say when I met her. When I seen her, she was on tape having sex with 2 other guys.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Digga, that ain't how you do your opening statement. That's
now she like
over. Now you ain't even screaming.
Now she like, wait a minute. He put her on blast. Now she like, wait a minute.
No, but that ain't a win, nigga.
Still,
you just said when you met her, you caught her on, you watched her on tape getting smashed out by 2 dudes, and then you wifed her.
Boy, okay, that's not a win. I agree with you on that. That's not a win. But she don't want that business out there though.
Well, shit, it don't matter. I'm like, you still marry me. That's what I would have said.
Wait a minute, hang on, Mr. Dan, you got an opportunity. Go right ahead.
She was on tape having sex with 2 other guys. That's what drew me to her. Now, for us paying Tracy for sex,
yeah, you did. Yeah,
I gave her about $110.
This nigga got a cross. He got
to try.
He got the cross on his necklace. You need him right now.
I know, right?
Let's see.
Hang on. Let Mr. Dancy finish.
I paid her. I gave her a couple of dollars, but I had to put her in her element because she act like a hooker, so I had to treat her like a hooker.
First of all, Your Honor, wait. The sex tape, Your Honor, let me go back.
Okay.
If you saw a sex tape of me and I was on it, this was way before I met him. I didn't know him.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I did. I'm a bit to mine.
That's what drew me to her.
I'm a bit to mine. I did. But you still married me.
Told you.
Make you. Hold on. You don't make me look bad. You the one that's bad.
You're not understanding his point. He's not saying you did it after. He said, I saw it. I liked what I saw. I went after it and I married her. That he enjoyed.
But you know what? He saw me at a wedding first. He saw me at a wedding. I was looking good and he wanted all of this.
Hold on.
That's the reason why he came to me.
Get your Dude, this makes me more mad here when I see a woman who looked like a walrus. And she thinking he wanted all this.
But listen,
he did, but
it makes a lot more sense now because they probably paid her to do that. To do the two dudes probably paid her for that.
Probably recorder and all that. And
yeah.
she was like, okay.
And that's
you know what
why
she remind me of? Y'all ever see the movie Casino?
Yep.
This the black version of the one the casino who ran the casino and his wife.
Oh, De Niro and his wife.
Yeah, Trixie or whatever her name
He
was.
tried to like pay
pay her to marry him and shit.
You can learn to love me. She's like,
yeah,
no,
okay, nigga.
no.
Here my pimp and his money.
He couldn't catch up with me for 2 months. I was avoiding him for like 2 months before he even got to talk to me. And the way I am, I have to see what you can do for me.
Right.
Yeah, he sold me dreams. He told me, oh, we gonna take all these extravagant trips to Las Vegas and Lake Tahoe. He lied, but if you let a man sell you a dream, he will.
Okay,
And
hang
he
on,
did.
Miss Danzig. Miss Danzig, do you have something you'd
Your
like to
Honor,
say?
first of all, I seen her on the tape. Yes, it drew me to her. Then I seen her at the wedding. But how can I sell you a dream when I was on dialysis and on disability?
Mrs. Danzig, let this man
Why he
talk.
look like Brian?
I was on dialysis and disability before
my
I
man,
met her.
Brian.
When I met her,
Don't do
she
my
knew
man
the
like
status
that.
of my income. I get disability, no other income. She was getting a little income. And yes, it's true. I seen her on the tape. That's what turned me on to her. That's why I married her. I'm not judging her for what she did and how she did it. That's why I love her and I married her.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying?
You wanted to hook up with that.
Yes, exactly. And then when I seen her at the wedding, that's when I finally seen her in person for the first time.
And he wanted me. He wanted me.
He
That's
did,
evident.
Mrs. Danzig. But he's not claiming that he didn't. He's saying that he did. He just
She need her ego checked so much.
yeah.
She just want to iterate.
Yeah.
He wanted me.
Everybody's
Bitch,
like,
I just
yeah.
said I wanted you.
Even with the
That's
judge.
why you my wife.
That's what the judge's like.
Duh.
Yeah, he's saying this.
Well, I just want to let you know, Judge.
things went south afterwards. And let's start talking about the direction of your marriage.
All right.
You say you feel unsupported by him.
Yes.
Explain that to me.
Okay.
I want more money.
In 2009, I started school.
Right.
Me and my daughter. I finished. This man did not show up to my graduation.
You failed to show up at the graduation?
I had dialysis that day and I was going to her graduation.
Mrs. Danzig, now listen here. You need to control yourself.
Okay.
Because we're about to get into it.
Okay.
It's always the
Anybody win that but me?
All right.
I had dialysis that day. I was going to go to her graduation. She didn't want me to drive the car. I was there at the house. I was there with the kids and everything. She didn't want me at the graduation. She didn't even make me a part of the graduation festivities.
Festivities. You were just hanging about.
And for support, I took her to school every day. She said I didn't support her. She didn't pay no bills the whole time she was in school. All she paid was a truck note that I helped her pay.
That's a bill.
But I helped you pay it.
That's a bill.
But
Why?
Mrs. Danzig?
Now he just said I paid all the bills. She ain't paid no bill, but
The
the truck that I paid, that's a bill. So you paid a bill that he just admitted to. Once again, you were just agreeing with what he's saying.
Did the man?
I took the bills in the house.
The household bills. Did he pay the?
He didn't pay them either because the lights got cut off.
Mrs. Danzig, I'm about to launch you.
Okay.
Because we can't have this.
Your Honor.
You need to listen to me. Did he pay the household bills while you were in school?
No.
Who paid them?
Nobody. They didn't get paid.
Well,
'Cause if they got
somebody
paid-
had to pay something.
No,
you weren't
they
on the
got
street.
paid our lights when it got cut off. Some
Exactly.
light bills I have paid, and others I couldn't because I had to pay my car note, which was more than what we could really afford.
What made you believe? Let's assume he sold you all the dreams about going to Tahoe and Vegas and all of that. What about his current physical situation and
Exactly.
economic situation would lead you to believe that he could follow through on that?
Exactly. You met him on dialysis.
Guess what?
and on disability.
I'm a dummy, and I just figured he was gonna figure it out. Let's see.
Because he told me he saved his money. He said, let me give you one in particular time, Christmas time. He told me that he had put away so much money in the bank. And then came back and told me, well, Social Security got it. How Social Security got it and you ain't even on Social Security yet? So I ended up having to foot the bill that Christmas for me and his kids. So I really kind of been the sole provider, even when before we got married, even after we got married, because I always had some kind of income, i.e. my daycare, my child care, because I started that. I worked at a daycare. I started a daycare at home. I even did home health, which I still do today. So I always had income.
You always was working. You had a job here, job there, and you finally got your CNA, which congratulations.
The nigga is on disability. He's in dialysis. He's clearly struggling to live. And you worried about he ain't bringing enough money in the house. Nigga, I'm trying to live.
My thing is, she's at fault for this. You saw how he was before you got married, and you still married him
because she was listening to him saying, "I got money saved up."
Yeah, that's your fault.
Congratulations on that. Always working, doing positive, doing better. Mr. Danzy, what do you? Go ahead.
Okay. We met 2002. That same year she's speaking of Christmas, I didn't start getting disability until September. My birthday, September the 8th. I had $3,000.
Shout out to Virgos.
Social Security took the money out of my bank account because I didn't know that you wasn't supposed to have over $800 in your bank account when you're on Social Security. Social Security took the money out of my bank account. That's a proven fact. She knows that.
No, you never proved that to me. No, you didn't. You never showed me any papers. He told me he wasn't even on Social Security yet.
I wasn't on Social Security in the spring.
No, you never did tell me where you got
I gotta say, Ms. Danzy, so far Mrs. Danzy, I'm gonna start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why?
Oh, that's the end of it.
That's the end.
All right. Well, that woman's crazy. You should have known when the dude said he go to. That's another thing. My father told me this. He said, "Look, before you marry anybody, take their ass to the doctor, and you be in there with them, and you do a physical, and you find out right then and there what the fuck is wrong with them." Because you need to know if they allergic to anything, if they got any whatever. Because what's gonna happen is you gonna marry somebody,
you're gonna find out,
and you're gonna find out they sick as a motherfucking dog, and you gonna have to be taking them to doctor appointments, examinations all the damn time.
Chemo.
Go getting up they go get their medicine, chemo, dialysis, all these different things.
Now, I'll add one more to that.
Go ahead.
Take them. Go to a mental health specialist to make sure. I'm sorry.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but it don't hurt.
It don't hurt. I'm like, what kind of issues you got?
Look, this is what you do though. This is how you do this, fellas. You say, we're gonna do this together.
Yeah.
So we can see if we compatible.
We compatible.
And then you go in your room, do the test. I'm gonna go in my room. But really, I ain't gonna go in my room. I'm gonna go around, and me and the doctor will be watching you through a black screen, seeing if your ass asking questions.
Hold up, Warshak. What do you see? This?
Yeah, I see death.
All right, that's it for that.
That's a rainbow, ma'am.
You don't get past the first one. All right, that's enough of that. I need to talk to you for a second.
I see destruction. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta watch who you marry. You gotta like this. The thing, and this is so crazy to me. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I didn't notice it. But like everybody else noticed it,
and that's
except you,
because your nose is so wide open. I'm guilty of it too. Red flags just right in your face,
and like you probably could see when it's all said and done. And you out of your nose ain't wide open no more. You can look back and think about the first time you was like, I should have said something. I should have checked that shit when it first happened.
And that's exactly how it happens. And you like you said, you think back and you're like, damn, everybody was right. And all you can do is deal with it then.
Yeah.
And if your marriage don't work out, do your best to learn from your past mistakes and don't ignore them.
Don't redo the same thing.
Don't redo it. Don't ignore them.
If you get that, because you know the feeling you have
in
your gut when that feeling again. You feel that feeling for a half a second.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you got to check it and say, this ain't happening. We're gonna cut this off right at the snake's head.
Not again.
Yeah. Oh. Well,
I'm starting to wonder if me showing you these videos is making things worse.
Making worse how?
I mean, is it triggering? Like with all these, we showing a lot of women in negative lights.
Well, first off, don't.
I'm just curious.
Don't change up on me now, because your ass is.
No. This is
first off
legit.
I'm not showing people in negative life. I'm showing the social norm.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
This is what we see in the world.
This is
what it now. If do I think every woman's like this? Hell no. I know every woman ain't like this. But for the ones who is, I'm hoping that we bring light to them and that the women hold them accountable and say, we ain't doing this no more. We're going to hold ourselves to a certain standard, and vice versa. The men who ain't doing shit, we need to hold them accountable. They are shit. Clearly, the ones who, if you go see your son a little too much, you getting held accountable. So I think we got it squared away on our end.
Yeah.
Let's try to focus on the other side. All right. On that note, hey man, today's Friday. I want y'all to go ahead and enjoy y'all weekend. But before you do that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss none of our videos. You know we do an episode every Monday and Friday at 4:30 Eastern time every week. We're going to keep dropping them gems for y'all, man. Put us in the comment section. Go to the Facebook in the link below if you want to go ahead and join the Facebook group, and then tell us what you want us to talk about. My man wanted to talk about Damar Hamlin. We praying for y'all, praying for his
full recovery,
quick recovery. And if you stay prayed up, baby, you ain't got to worry about nothing else. Anything else, go enjoy yourself for the weekend.
Yep.
We'll see y'all Monday. And yeah, I'm your boy Canteen. This my weird ass fucking friend Beans.
Y'all have a good weekend.
It's a social norm. We out, baby.
Daddy.